Most of us have probably met someone who came to the city from a small town or grew up in a difficult family with unfavorable conditions and managed to achieve success that many envy. But we also often use their example to motivate others, saying something like, "Good for them! They came from some village, made it big, and now they're living the high life." You may have noticed that most people who found success in any area of their life had to go through some negative, sad, or unpleasant event that pushed them to make a bigger effort. Everyone has their own story. Some started with nothing, spending their childhood selling stuff on the streets. Others didn't make it through an audition for a music competition, but later became famous singers, or like Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, who got rejected from college 10 times, and so on. There was also a very unpleasant incident behind the creation of our X experience. We had some close friends we couldn't influence or convince to change their lives for the better, simply because to them we were just friends. That's why we created this channel, to help others. So why does it all happen this way? Why do difficulties and negative events create opportunities for positive results? Let me explain this by giving examples from a completely different area. Maybe you want to build up certain muscles by working out. What would you do? Of course, you'd start exercising and putting strain on those muscle groups, making them work harder. Or maybe you want to improve your brain function. Then you'd read useful, if not always interesting, books and articles, watch videos, meditate. No matter how boring it may seem, all these examples have one thing in common, and you've probably already figured out what I'm talking about: discomfort or distress. They push you towards progress, while comfort and peace take you away from it. In one of our previous videos, we talked about the billions of cells and neurons in our bodies that create favorable conditions for our survival without us even realizing it. Like a single organism, they make decisions to improve our health. I also mentioned that our consciousness consists of them too, in order to get rid of things that threaten our health and peace of mind. These substances amp up the parts of our bodies responsible for dealing with any psychological or physical issues that come up. To put it simply, they give certain parts of our body the command to take action, or rather, they create that command. That's why when you put extra strain on specific muscles, those muscles get stronger. During meditation, certain areas of the brain start working better. The same goes for the psychological impacts of life. Say someone moves from a village to a city. They immediately realize they don't know anyone there and are thrust into completely new, much tougher conditions. If that person is truly and strongly determined to succeed, the parts of their brain focused on finding a way out, like creativity or emotional stability, kick into higher gear. They can't help but come up with interesting ideas, work hard, and start growing. Because this discomfort and tough conditions develop certain areas of the brain, it gets easier for them later in life. So the challenges of moving actually help them achieve greater success. The same applies to you and your kids. A lot of parents scold their children, saying stuff like, "We gave you everything, why don't you study, why don't you do anything? Look at that other kid, they have nothing but look at their grades." If you look at this issue from the same angle we've been discussing, maybe the reason your child doesn't behave as needed is precisely because they were given everything. They're very comfortable, they rely on you, and they don't see a reason to make an effort. So how do we develop ourselves and the habit of stepping out of our comfort zones? First, realize that a lot of what you do in your life is within the boundaries you set for yourself, and you do it because it's convenient for you. Look at your life as a cage you drew for yourself. Second, understand that the comfort zone isn't always a good thing, and changing it seems like an even bigger negative than accepting it. For example, you wake up every morning and go to a job you hate. Is that pleasant? No, that's your comfort zone. Sure, many are fine going to that job every day, coming home saying how exhausted they are, sitting in front of the computer watching shows and scrolling social media, or just doing nothing on the weekends because they need to rest. But few are willing to come home after work and spend another 2 or 3 hours learning something new in order to change jobs, or go to events on the weekends where new opportunities could open up, and so on. So, third, start introducing productive discomforts into your life. Wake up an hour earlier. Make yourself read helpful books at the same time every day. Lock your phone in a closet for a couple of hours and do something else. After a while, these discomforts will bring you way more pleasure, make you more successful and happier than your phone and social media ever could. For example, it's 7 a.m. right now, and I'm working on the script for this video to send to my partner for feedback. My phone is in another room, and I won't pick it up until I send this script off and move on to my main tasks for the day. Do I want to check social media first thing and see who messaged me? Sure, I do. Did I want to stay in bed longer? Of course. But realizing that growing our channel and getting your positive feedback will make my life better than social media helps me do these uncomfortable but necessary things. We often see examples of this pattern play out. There's no point in listing them all. What's important is understanding that if you want to go down a certain path in life, don't be afraid of discomfort. Embrace it consciously and orient yourself toward it. Consciously leave your comfort zone, feel the struggle, hit setbacks sometimes. That's how you'll eventually achieve victory. Look, we all get stuck in our routines and habits. Changing them up can seem incredibly daunting. But just think about all the successful people who had to overcome major obstacles to get where they are today. Oprah grew up in harsh poverty. J.K. Rowling was a struggling single mom on welfare when she wrote the first Harry Potter book. Even Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team. The point is, hardship and discomfort are inevitable on the road to achievement. They force you to dig deep, get creative, and push yourself further than you thought possible. Adversity builds strength of character, resilience, determination, all the qualities needed for true success. So instead of avoiding difficulty, learn to embrace it. Use it as fuel to propel you forward. When life gets tough, that's your cue to work harder, not give up. View each challenge as an opportunity for growth. It's like hitting the gym. You can't build muscle without pushing against resistance and getting uncomfortable. The same principle applies to developing mental toughness and achieving your biggest goals. No pain, no gain, as they say. I'm not saying make your life needlessly difficult, but get out of your comfort zone regularly in productive ways. Read that book you've been putting off. Take in class to learn a new skill. Speak up more in meetings. Apply for your dream job. Even if you don't quite meet all the requirements yet, every time you stretch beyond your limits, even just a little, you expand your comfort zone. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. You raise the bar for yourself. Before you know it, you'll be crushing goals you once thought impossible. The key is adopting a mindset of continual self-improvement. Don't let fears, doubts, or laziness hold you back. The path to an extraordinary life begins by getting uncomfortable. So what are you waiting for? Start pushing yourself today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Thanks.